Welcome to the PDX files. Each week we dive into the weird and the unexplained here in the Pacific Northwest and beyond. My name is Peej.
And I am Mac.
Mac, what are we talking about today?
Well, this kind of came from you actually a little bit. I think you noticed about a couple weeks ago there was some interesting developments in what the James Webb Telescope has been up to.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
absolutely.
talk about that. So it could be the apocalypse, could be aliens. We don't know which.
Yeah, it started getting into again, just to be fully transparent, I'm a user of the TikTok app. I'm not going to lie about it. Not necessarily too proud of it, but it is what it is. And it was on that app that all of a sudden I started seeing these videos and I didn't know what the hell was going on and also I did not know who to believe and what to believe, right? So as usual, we've got three videos that we're going to react to today,
Hmm.
one after the other that Mac found. And shall we just go ahead and get into it, Mac?
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Okie doke. Here we go.
Welcome back, space fans, to one of the most puzzling mysteries we've ever seen. Scientists recently made an incredible discovery. Stars we've been watching for years have suddenly vanished. And now it's becoming clear, this is no coincidence. There's actually an explanation that changes everything. What if I told you these stars haven't just disappeared, but they might be hidden or even consumed by a gigantic unknown object? In fact, a NASA insider has now confirmed that the James Webb Space Telescope recently spotted a mysterious object heading towards Earth, likely the reason for these stars disappearing. Imagine a star in the galaxy NGC 6946 that gradually faded since 2009 and completely vanished in 2015. For a long time, scientists thought it collapsed into a failed supernova and turned straight into a black hole. But now we know more. The NASA insider confirmed there's a massive object blocking stars and moving towards Earth. The size of this object
This
is
is not good.
mind-blowing. So gigantic it can make entire star systems vanish from our view. The theory? It could either be a supermassive black hole swallowing stars, or maybe a giant alien structure. A mothership beyond anything we ever imagined. Some speculate this object is a mothership so vast, it could encompass entire planets. They estimate it's something so big, we considered it impossible until now. A truly colossal construct.
That's what is it? Han Solo would say that's no moon.
Yeah.
Uh, I think mothership. I'd be fine with that. I'm more afraid of the idea that it's a ginormous black hole that's heading towards us.
Yeah.
And NASA isn't talking. I mean, it is something that they have studied and have seen, but NASA isn't saying. So the fact that they're not saying anything about it is concerning. I
Yeah.
guess if
First
you
of
look at
all,
it that way.
yeah. And first of all, space is fucked up, man. I mean,
Yeah, it
there's
is.
so much, there's so much of it, and there's so much of it that we will never, well, at least in my lifetime, and I think a lot of other people's lifetimes, be able to really comprehend, right?
Yeah,
And so
there's literally too much to see.
there's too much to see, and it's amazing when you've got people like those scientists who discovered, hey, just a point in the sky, this star that started dimming in 2009 and then suddenly just faded in 2000 or just disappeared in 2015. And obviously, I know enough to know that that could be based on a variety of reasons, but to jump to, oh, by the way, it's probably being blocked by a massive starship that's headed our way.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know. That's
again,
that's
I,
quite a leap.
I would rather it be that though again than a deadly black hole because you can't, or even if it's like some sort of massive like rocky, asteroid
Oh
type
yeah.
thing. I mean, who knows what it could be, but at least that you kind of hold out hope. Although Bruce Willis can't do much for us anymore. Uh,
No, no.
but
I mean, in his state, no, no.
and Affleck, he's kind of out of it. And there wasn't really anybody really that great in the other movie either.
And
It was
Liv Tyler's just gonna look sullen and look like she's about to cry in every
all
single.
the time. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Mothership, it's possible. I know that, they've seen some other objects. And again, this is pretty cool that, this James Webb telescope. People should go look up more about it. It's actually super cool that we have this. We're seeing space in a so much more clear way, and you know, things that we weren't able to see before, which actually was something we'll get into later in the video. But yeah, actually, I think our next clip has something to do with a kind of self-correcting object, which lends itself to the idea of possible and intelligence behind it, or
Yeah.
is it just gravity? Who knows?
Who knows? And honestly, and I just want to actually remind the viewers, you Mac, was the only one who viewed these videos. This is my first time
That's
seeing the
right. That's
videos,
right.
so I'm gonna be and my
A
first
full reaction.
one of my first comments is I don't like the narration. I know it's an AI narration,
It's a,
or it's one
yeah,
of those like automated ones. I'm bothered by that. But anyway, here it goes.
yeah.
But that's not the only explanation. There's also the theory that it's a supermassive black hole swallowing nearby stars,
Oh gosh.
darkening the sky.
See, that's what I'm
This
talking
phenomenon resembles ancient biblical prophecies. According to the book of Revelation, the great
This is kind of
dragon
interesting,
will
actually.
devour a third of the stars at the end of time before trying to devour Earth itself. These apocalyptic images now seem frighteningly real. The
They are
parallels to the
frighteningly real.
Bible are striking. Some believe what we're witnessing could be the very end times spoken of in ancient texts. According to Revelation, the Archangel Michael will ultimately intervene and prevent this gigantic being or object from destroying Earth. But whether it's a biblical prophecy or a scientific phenomenon, one thing is clear: the truth remains hidden.
Yeah, I don't know about the truth remaining hidden on that one. I don't think there's a giant dragon out there, but the prospect of a star-eating black hole coming our way is not it's not a good development.
Not at all. And it's again, I mean, I think I have a problem with making parallels to anything religious, because for two main reasons. One, I mean, I stopped believing in that kind of bullshit a long time ago. And then two, I'm starting to actually be swayed into that whole Anunnaki thing. And I know we'll probably do a deep dive on
We
that
are going to
one
go into the Anunnaki one of
in the
these days,
future,
yeah.
but I'm really starting to wonder about that, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't wondered that much. I've known about that one for a long time, but that's fine. We're gonna reveal that one at a later date.
Awesome. So, all right. So we've got another video that we're gonna look at. But thanks to that was called that was from the Mighty Brain Mythology and Ancient Astronauts. So we'll go to a different video
Does it give
here.
you something to be more scared about now? I mean, I'm the black hole thing scares me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, nothing escapes a black hole. At least I mean, everything that I've written or viewed about it. I mean, yeah, that's definitely end times. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, hopefully it's something that I don't know. I don't even want to think about how that would be like.
Well, we just all turn into spaghetti. That's kind of what the bottom line is there.
All right, here goes this video. So this is actually with Joe Rogan, and good luck pronouncing that name.
I don't know who that guy is, to be honest with you. But
All right, here we go.
yeah.
Did you see this latest report? There's like real controversy about some finding that the James Webb Telescope has discovered. And there's some talk of some large object
asteroid
moving towards
yeah.
us that's course correcting.
Yeah.
This is the weird part about it. And there's all these meetings, and so all the kooky UAP people are all over it saying disclosure is imminent.
I feel seen.
There's a mothership headed towards us. So it gets fun. I don't know what they mean by course correcting. What does that mean? And how do they know it wasn't impacted with something else that diverted it?
It could have been that. It
Yeah,
could have
well,
just been the
that's
gravitational fields. It just could have
Sure.
been orbital path.
But they're not telling anybody. There's something going on. Do you think they would tell people? Like, imagine if there was a giant chunk of steel, of iron rather, that's headed towards us.
That's a great question. I think the question is, what would we do if we knew?
Do
Right?
Good question.
That is the question, and I think he's referring to I think it's called Apophis, which is an asteroid that keeps it's in an orbit that seems like it's getting closer to Earth each time it goes around. and I think it's supposed to be coming back again in 2027, and will only be about 20,000 miles away from the planet Earth. So uh, again, there's black holes, there's random asteroids that can hit us. All these kind of things, I think, are much more likely than zombies, which is kind of scary when you think about that.
And and then in terms of Apophis that you just mentioned, first of all, I don't know enough about it, so I'll definitely have to read up on it.
Oh yes.
And if it's something that, as you said, comes back, and each time it comes back, it gets closer because of the nature of its orbit, and something that Joe Rogan just said, in terms of like course correction. What if it was actually diverted via a collision, or the other guy
Something hit it.
saying
Right.
some
Yeah.
magnetic field? Like, how do we know that that's not going to happen to Apophis, right? Although, to be optimistic, maybe it diverts it in so that the path makes it go away from the Earth versus towards. But
Not with our
uh,
luck. Hell no. No, 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 no.
we've seen that movie. All right.
Indeed.
All right, we'll continue here.
Keeping our, it's a wild shooting gallery out there. I mean, it really is, and especially our particular solar system has a massive asteroid belt. There's like 900,000 near Earth objects.
But isn't that so like inspiring? Like this idea of like discovering all these other questions that we don't know yet to even ask.
Right.
That is a life well lived.
Yes. That's the most promising aspect to a hyper intelligent AI, in my opinion. That it'll be able to solve problems that are inescapable to us, and also offer us like real hard data about how big of a problem this is and when this needs to be solved by, and then come up with actionable solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the I think we all want from AI. I'm not so sure if that's gonna that's gonna get us there, but just I kind of like that last bit there. They're sort of talking about the existential. I mean, I don't know if I feel inspired knowing. And by the way, Apophis, I think 2027 is the near miss. I think they're talking about 2030 something as being the next time that'll be in our neighborhood, which could be a direct hit. So,
oh boy,
there's that
2030.
Certainly that possibility.
Well, I mean, you're on track to probably not even be alive by then. So
I'm sure I won't be. I'm sure I'll be at least 6 or 7 feet under by that point. But,
so you'll be spared, and then the rest of us will be left to deal with it somehow.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully, well, with everything, and I don't want to give any credence to Elon Musk any more than the public is already giving him, but obviously, at the time of this recording, it was just only about a week ago, maybe even fewer days ago, when they successfully, they being SpaceX, successfully re-landed a rocket booster.
Yeah.
So
you got to give him credit for that at
gotta
least.
give him credit. Well, give the engineers and the people who invented that credit.
The people who he makes stay and sleep at the offices there.
Well, I heard
credit,
that I heard that they had comfortable cots. So I think we need to give credit where credit's due on that.
I think one other thing though, to kind of close out that Joe Rogan thing, I think that is a good question. Like, what would we do as a species if we knew we had? I think there's a David Bowie song. It's not necessarily related to asteroids, but it's called 5 years. We got 5 years left.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an interesting breakdown of kind of what would happen in society. I mean, it's a really good song. You should probably listen to it. It might give a kind of like a sneak preview of what might happen. But yeah, I would think that I don't even know how Earth would react or not Earth, how human beings would actually react to that knowledge, and how long would they wait to tell us? Right? They probably wouldn't tell us until like the last minute, probably.
Well, who is they?
I mean, the people in power who would know about this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
NASA apparently, but it's not just NASA. I mean, other countries must know it. I mean, I don't think it's a secret that you can hold in for 5 years. I don't think.
I think if there's one thing that I'm hopeful for is that there continues to be even though, it kind of could lead to a little bit of distrust on my end, but there continues to be like secret organizations that are just working in, in the background.
Right.
And hopefully at least one or more of those, at least one of those organizations is working to figure this kind of shit out. You know what I mean? Like truly, like with the technology that we're not aware of already maybe exists to truly dive into determining what this is, finding plausible, real reasons as to how the course correction, the reason behind the course correction,
Right.
and or whatnot. And I'm not sure if this third video that we're going to look at will go into any of that at all. But I do agree that there's, that there it should inspire, if nothing else, it should inspire us to take action, right, in some form. You
I
know
would
what I
agree
mean?
there.
So
Yes.
that, and I don't know. I don't know if I will listen to that song that you're talking about, but that sounds pretty kind of don't look up-ish
It's
kind of
very
thing.
apocalyptic in its tone. It's really
Yeah.
interesting, and a lot of the lyrics are kind of where they're surreal.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it would be. It's like if you say you've grown up um, with a career goal or some type of thing, something that you want to accomplish, right? And now that goal, that accomplishment, the thing that you had set out for you is gone.
Yeah.
How do you react to it? Would there be mass suicides? Would there be chaos? Would people still go to work? Would the society completely break down? I kind of think that society would break down if we knew, and there's nothing that we can do about it, right?
I think based on the documentaries like, World War Z and
The doc-
and and you know, seeking a friend for the end of the world type of thing. I mean,
right.
yes, I think there's going to be an apocalyptic downturn of society just because
Yeah.
I think there'd be a lot more percentage wise of people that will just give up. That there's those of us, and I count myself in the lot of maybe trying to be a little bit more optimistic, but eventually giving up.
Right. Yeah.
It's like assembling IKEA furniture, type of thing.
Oh, I give up immediately. That's why my wife does all that for me.
All right.
Thank God.
All right, well, let's go into this last video. So anyway, so that was the James Webb Telescope found something strange headed for Earth. Joe Rogan and I want to say it's Chamath Palihapitiya, but we'll obviously link to the
You
videos
just
in the
butchered that.
description.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
not a
here's
problem. So this next one has nothing to do with asteroids, but it is James Webb related, and it is
okay.
AI. So you're going to be annoyed.
I'm going to be annoyed. Thanks to the listeners. I mean, at least they're not going to be as annoyed as we are viewing this video. Here we go.
Have we just discovered city lights on an alien world? The James Webb Telescope's latest find on Proxima b is terrifying and mind-blowing. Proxima b, our closest exoplanet neighbor, has just sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Mysterious lights have been detected, and some believe they could be from an advanced civilization. Proxima b orbits within its star's habitable zone, and now, thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, we've spotted flickering lights on its dark side. Could these lights be artificial, like the ones seen from Earth's cities at night? While skeptics argue it could just be natural phenomena, the eerie precision of these lights has left scientists questioning everything we know about life beyond Earth. Are we on the verge of first contact? Whether it's a natural illusion or evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, one thing's for sure, Proxima b just got a whole lot scarier. What do you think these lights are? Drop your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more alien discoveries from the James Webb Telescope. Have we just discovered...
Okay, so that's a short that I found a little bit National Enquirer AI in its presentation, but it is true. They have so a little bit of background on Proxima b. I did look this up. I did do a little bit of research.
Wow.
It is in the Alpha Centauri system galaxy.
Yeah.
There's a star. It's a red dwarf that it orbits. It's about 3 times the size of the sun, but it's much cooler than the sun. So it's closer to the sun, to that sun, that it is the Earth is to our sun. But they says it's a year, like its orbit's like 11.2 Earth days. So it's like it just continually goes around.
Wow.
But
yeah.
What the thing was talking about, the dark side of the planet, they're talking about it being tidal locked. So it's kind of like the moon is for the Earth. there's one side of the planet that always faces that red dwarf, and then the other side is always dark. So, but they still think that it's there's a possibility that it has water on the planet, and has some other things going on there. Now they have spotted those lights. So despite the video, the way it looks, or that little short, they actually have seen some lights on that planet that they can't really explain yet anyway. So it is an interesting kind of, if you look a little bit more about the planet, it seems highly unlikely to me that there would be life there because of the atmospheric pressure, just the fact that it's tidal locked. But it could be one of those things where it's maybe an advanced race decided to go ahead and stop there. It's like a port, kind of like a stopping point, and then they use that to move on to something else. And it's only, I think it's like 25 light years away, which sounds
it's one
like
of the
a lot, but it's
closest.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the closest star systems to our own. And I don't know. I feel that one right there. Again, I think you mentioned at the top of the video that it's amazing that we've got a technology like the James Webb Space Telescope now that that allows humanity to see further out into the universe than we ever have before. And right now, there's obviously a lot of speculation as to what these lights could be. They may, as as the video stated, it could be natural, or it could be man-made. So you can just imagine the technological leaps that the James Webb Telescope could make in the next several years, or maybe another sort of telescope that will be more advanced than the JWST, and look at that same spot and maybe, like, quote unquote, zoom in and be able to really determine what they would be. I mean, the optimist in me would like to think that it's actually some sort of civilization that was able to thrive despite the condition of the planet being maybe not ideal by our definition for life or civilization to exist. So I'm looking more towards that, like it being actually another civilization in the next closest star system to ours.
Yeah.
So that gives me hope, because I mean, I think the when the year 2000 rolled in, that to me was kind of like the start of, like, okay, let's make all of these technological advancements happen now. I mean, we're 24
Yeah.
years into the 2000 year 2000. Yeah, we made a lot of leaps and bounds, but where are the flying cars already? So, but
I've been asking that question since I first saw Back to the Future, I
Back
think.
to the Future, exactly.
Yeah.
But that was that was interesting, and I'm glad we got around to commenting on the JWST findings, because when this broke them out 2 or 3 weeks ago, I wanted it for us to get together and talk about it. But one thing or another has just kept us from recording this particular episode. But hey, it's out now. So,
It's a song
folks,
somewhere.
folks, if you enjoy this content, please give it a like and share it across your socials to help get the word out about our show. And if you hadn't already done so, please subscribe, and on YouTube, hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.